The world has been going far into the area of genetics, and with even more efficient methods such as CRISPR, we have had few improvements in areas such as medicine. Other fields of science, and most importantly, in agriculture, the applications are well recognized and are very broad, and they are still evolving. A future where genetic agriculture will take over everything is inevitable. We live in a world ridden with a lot of ill features such as climate change, anthropogenic factors. This will be a necessary step to ensure the survival of the human race and its sustainability too. From our view, genetics is the study of genes, genetic variation and hereditary. This is a very important part of science and covers all areas including heredity and even evolution. And that's why we need this field. In the dying world we find ourselves in, we are finding food production to be an issue. When we talk about food, it is not only about plants. We are talking about livestock here, and they are dwindling in numbers. Things are getting more and more inflated. We are talking about the possibility of food shortage here. Genetic agriculture is divided into two major parts, which are plant genetics and animal genetics, and both are essential for the survival of agriculture. Plant genetics is a branch of genetics that involve making modifications to the general physical characteristics of a specific plant. It mostly involves tampering with the genetic code of the plant. Either by adding new gene functions or removing some gene functions, plants are prone to a lot of things such as pests, diseases and even harsh climate conditions, and are very weak when dealing with these forces. Plant genetics aim to help these plants to fight back at these unfortunate factors. Most times when plants are tampered with, it is to make them to be resistant to these factors. Some plants are now able to grow in harsher conditions. We can even make sure that these plants give out bountiful harvests and they are able to offer resistance to various disease strains. Some plants are even modified to produce chemicals that can kill pests but are harmless to humans. This field has a lot of applications, but the aspect of animal genetics feels more daring. Animal genetics is a branch of genetics that involves making changes to the genetic characteristics of livestock. Sometimes we do this by adding new genetic code or editing genes too. But most times, it involves us making edits to specific gene codes. Animals are prone to various conditions such as pests, climatic factors and even diseases, but by modifying their genes, we can increase their yield factors and make sure that in spite of these factors, they produce even efficiently. We even edit genes to remove disorders from species of animals and to give rise to stronger and efficient breeds, and through this process we have changed farm production as a whole. Generally, genetics in agriculture can be criticized sometimes due to the effect of gene errors that happens when we deal in this field and unprecedented effects of it. We believe changing nature can be quite daring, but this field saves a lot of money in agriculture. The cost of managing and maintaining vulnerable plants and livestock is reduced. And many modern farming practices are entering this field. I can assure you that you must have eaten a modified crop product without knowing it. Can you state the difference in taste or look?